Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ada Atikobu and I'm happy to have you watching me this minute. If today is your first time on this channel, um, please like this video at the end. Watch till the end. Like this video, subscribe and share. For my old subscribers, thank you so much for being part of this family, for always liking, sharing, watching my videos and leaving comments. I appreciate. Today I want to talk about how you can care for a sick child. But before I go into that, I want you to understand how a sick child feels. If you understand their feelings, it will be easy for you to take care of them. When I was growing up, I was sickly. In fact, I had asthma. I was asthmatic, and then there was not enough information, where you seek for information online like we have right now. So I think my parents were of the opinion that you shouldn't be telling people about the sickness. I don't know why, but I feel it's the same reason why when people come to visit a woman that just put to bed, they will be asking questions like, did you give birth through the normal birth or through CS? Not that kind of question. I guess that was what they were trying to avoid, or why they feel I shouldn't talk about it with people or tell people that I was asthmatic. That actually stop us from getting adequate information we would have gotten from people, actually, because I know they don't like discussing it unless you come to a house and realize that this person is not feeling fine, this person has asthma, probably during one of my crises. Then you will know that I was sickly. And another thing was, because we didn't have enough information, it was difficult for them to do what is best for me. Sometimes some people advise them to go the herbal way, so they will get herbs for me to drink. And at the point I was feeling very bad, problem to them, because whenever they see me lying down on the bed, they felt I was sick. My dad will frown, those expressions on his face makes me feel I actually wasn't feeling that was a problem to them. I became very withdrawn, and at the point when I have the asthma, when I feel sick, I want to talk to them. I will hide it, hoping and praying that it will not be so serious. Unfortunately, in the middle of the night, it will become very, very serious, and then we'll start running helter skelter, looking for solutions, or looking for. Fortunately, there's this nurse around who is always willing to attend to us. Sometimes she'll say, just get an inhaler, just get an inhaler. My dad, I don't know why, probably he felt getting me an inhaler means that he accepted that I'm asthmatic. So I don't know why, but I didn't get inhaler in time. So I was actually very, very, very sick. Sometimes weekly, they were afraid. I know they were afraid of that maybe one day I will die, but I wasn't afraid. I was feeling very depressed. I was worried for myself that I came to be a problem to my parents. So I was not happy, was always sad. And I think my psychology too, I was emotionally down, and it was also affecting my self-confidence as a child, because when I have asthma and I'm being treated, I'll be left with a serious cough. I'll be coughing, and when I cough where my fellow students are, they will start looking at me like, what kind of cough is this, you know? So sometimes I feel very, very, very uncomfortable. I feel very depressed. I feel I had low self-confidence because everybody is looking at me like I was a very sick person, and I could give them maybe a deadly disease or something. I don't know, but um, it was very tough for me. And growing up, I was told that whenever you pray, that God will actually answer. Please forgive me, this place is quite hot. The weather is too hot. That whenever you pray, that God will always answer. I didn't understand that there are some prayers that takes time to answer. So I felt abandoned by God too, and it wasn't helping matters for me. So that is how my mind was really working at that time. If you are taking care of a sick child, you should be mindful of what you say in front of them. I remember sometimes my parents, out of fear, might actually say, are you sick? When they asked me if I'm sick and I said yes, the frown, or where did she inherit this from? It hurts me so much hearing them ask such questions. Where did you inherit, this sickness from? It's as if it makes me feel worthless. I don't know the English to use, but I felt very bad. I felt that I must have cost them so much for them to start wondering where I inherited it from. Those remarks, you should be watchful of what you say in front of them, because what you say might actually hurt the child more than the emotion, than the sickness itself. Another thing, try to make the child feel like a normal child. The fact that I was being told not to share the sickness, and for the fact that people look at me when I cough like I have a very deadly disease, it's killed my self-confidence, and it makes me feel bad and sad a lot of the time. So make the child feel actually normal. I remember an incident I saw. We went to a park and I saw a child, a young boy, with an elderly woman and two girls. So they brought the child. The child does not have coordination of his limbs, and so, but he wanted to ride on the train. He wanted a train ride, and people were just looking at him. How will he sit on the train ride? But the girls and the mom, anything he wanted to do, they wanted him to do it. They carried him, they backed him, they sat on the train ride, then they sat him down on the train ride, and one person hold him, and he enjoyed the train ride. They were actually trying to make him feel normal. I'm sure it will go a long way to help the child psychologically. So when you make the child look normal, they'll feel confident whenever they are with their mates. Also, you should try as much as you can to get people to assist you. Taking care of a sick person is very demanding, and at some point you lose yourself. So if you have somebody who will always assist you, take a break. It's very demanding. You take a break so that you can have fresh air, fresh of breath air. Somebody who will assist you, will take care of somebody who loves this child, not people who want your money. They just come there and they talk to your child the way they feel, and to make the child feel worse. Somebody who can take care of the child, who loves this child so much, try to get them around. Friends, family who can assist you, let them be there to assist you with caring for the sick child. Don't think you can do it alone. It's not something you can do alone. Also, sometimes the child might be asking, why me? Because I asked that question a lot of times. I couldn't understand why am I the only one. To be honest with you, I didn't realize that I wasn't the only one. My younger brother was also asthmatic. I wasn't I wasn't the only one, but at that point I was feeling very sick. So I keep asking myself, I keep asking myself because I cannot even talk to them. Why am I very sick? Why is God silent to this sickness? He said he can do all things. Why is he quiet? Why can't he just take this thing away from me? You know. And nobody was there to answer me. So I lived with it for a very long time. If you notice that your child is withdrawn and try to find out what the problem is, and when they raise a question, why me, tell them you don't know. Actually, nobody knows what God has in store for me. Now sharing this story, I know somebody somewhere might actually learn something from it. Somebody somewhere might just help you understand that you're not alone. Assuming I have the wealth of knowledge I have now, I had it then, it would have been easy for me to cope. I would have been able to manage myself and the sickness, but it wasn't possible then. There was no internet anyway, and we actually use landlines, and so it's not easy to get the adequate information. It was until I met a doctor who recommended that I should use inhaler and taught me how to use this inhaler properly. That was when I started having relief. I could stay for a whole month without falling sick, and I was happy. I was able to do what others are doing. In fact, sometimes it was more in my mind. The sickness was more in my mind. The only thing I think about was the sickness. I couldn't do anything because they say you shouldn't eat fried things, you shouldn't stay near dust. How can you not stay near dust in Africa? How? So it was actually very, very, very demanding. Sometimes I'll think I have asthma because I felt I had asthma, or somebody's choking me, something like that. It was just more in my mind. So you should be paying attention to the child's needs. Make sure they have their balanced meal, take their drugs. Read more about the person's sickness so that you can be able to care for them. So if you feel that that is all I have for you today. If you feel that my story is helpful, please share the video so that others could understand what the sick child is going through and how best to take care of them. And try as much as you can. Please share the video, let others get to know about it. And if you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification so that whenever I post my videos, you'll be the first to know. Every sick child wants to be cared for, wants to be loved, and wants to be taken care of. So please do your best.